Hello and welcome to another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Today we're doing some Wagyu beef short ribs on the Kamado Joe. Don't forget guys, I have got an Instagram page where I post daily content. It's just here. Go over, check it out and I'll see you over there. I've had these beef short ribs sat in the freezer now for a few months and I've been wanting to do them for absolutely ages, but just haven't got around to doing them. So today I'm really excited to do these. So let's head on over, check out the ribs and see what we're going to season them with. Okay, and here is our wonderful Warrendale Wagyu. Hopefully you can see the marbling on that, it's really good. So all I've done is trimmed off the surface layer of fat that was on here, and I'm just going to score across here like so, and then you just got that crisscrossy diamond shape right there. Okay, and that is ready to go. So we're going to use a binder, as I always do, as the French cheese mustard. So let's get that over the top, and we're just going to rub that one in. Then we're going to season it with Angus Oink Dirty cow today. This is the first time me actually using this, so could be interesting to see how it comes out, but we don't want to ruin the flavour of the meat so much, so we're only going to do a light sprinkle over the top. There we go, and that is nicely seasoned. Putting the ribs in the fridge for about an hour really increases that smoke ring, so when they're nice and cold, when you put them straight onto the grill, the smoke just penetrates straight in. You get a really good ring every single time. So that's the ribs all done. Now let's go and fire up the Kamado Joe and I'll show you the slow roller and how I'm going to set up the firebox. Okay, so here is the Kamado, nice firebox full of the Baltic charcoal, and we've just got one fire lighter, so let's just go ahead and light that. We'll just let that fire establish and then we'll close the lid down and bring it up to temperature. So it's just moving up temperature slightly, and what we're going to do is we're going to chuck in some cherry wood just to get this started off, just like so. Okay, so we've added the slow roller top, and we've added the water pan as well, which is literally just water this time. And we put the grates on the top. We're just waiting for the temperature to stabilise, and then we'll get those wonderful Wagyu beef short ribs on. So the Kamado's now up to temperature, so let's grab those and we'll pop them onto the grill. And I'm going to leave these about an hour smoking at 110 degrees, and then we're going to increase the heat. Now to maintain that steady 107, 110 degrees, this is the vent setup that I use. So the top vent is one finger and the bottom vent is one finger as well. So we are 1 hour on, and as you can see we're starting to get a nice bark form. So we're just going to increase the heat ever so slightly to about 130 degrees, as you can see here. Okay, so we've been going for about 3 and a bit hours now, and you can see that we're getting a really nice bark on it. The smoke colour is really shown through on the meat and it's looking really good. It's currently reading an internal temperature of 58 at the back and 56 at the front. So as you can see here, I've just spun it round just because the Kamado's burning a little bit hotter at the back, just so we get that nice even cook across all the meat. Okay, as you can see, these are looking really good. Nice bark on them now. They've hit the stool, so let's get them off, wrap them in some butcher's paper and then chuck them back on. Bark is looking really good on it from the KJ, so we're just going to wrap it and we're just going to give it one little spray. Just make sure it's nice and moist in there. And that is wrapped and ready to go back on. So we've been going now for just over 8 hours, and we've been wrapped for about 2.5 hours, and as you can see it's still only 78, 79 degrees, so we've still got a long way to go. And this is what I love about barbecuing, is the fact that the stool can take half an hour or it can take 4 hours, and I think this is going to be the occasion where it takes a long time. So we'll pop back when we're looking at about 90 degrees and we'll check, see how they're doing then. Okay, we are at the 10-hour mark and these are looking really good now. They're measuring about 92, 93 degrees. They're probing really well. I think I'm just going to give them another 15 minutes and then we're going to get them off and we're going to put them on the bench. And then we're going to probe them and I'll show you how buttery they are. Normally I'll do it when it's on the grill, but I want to show you actually on the bench this time. Then we're going to put it into the Yeti. We're probably going to need to rest these, I reckon, for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, there it is. As you can see, that is just falling through, really tender. So we're going to chuck that in the Yeti and rest that for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, so as you can see, the bark is really good on this. So let's just slice into it. Struggling to keep it on the bone here. God, that is so juicy. Look at that, where the fat's broken down. Show the other side. Smoke ring's really good. That is really nice. And I'm absolutely loving that smoke ring. That's beautiful. That fat is rendered down lovely. Really good. Really happy with that. Okay, so let's do a taste test. I'll just bring this up so you can have a look at that beauty. That's really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a bite into this and see what it's like. That is amazing. That Wagyu with the fat and the marbling on it has rendered down is incredible. I've just ripped a little bit off here. I hope you can see that. That is just absolute beautiful. Really tasty. Really tasty. After a closer inspection and eating all 3 of the ribs, I can assure you that they are absolutely banging ribs from Warrendale Wagyu. They were absolutely incredible, packed full of flavour, the fat rendered down on them, and they would just melt in your mouth. It reminded me of the brisket I did a few weeks ago. It was just really nice. That SloRoller from Kamado Joe does the business every single time, and it is really good, and I need to use it more often because I really don't feel that I utilise it enough. So let's just recap on what we did today. We had a 2.5 kilo 3 rib Warrendale Wagyu beef short rib, which was really nice, had some good marbling on it. We used some Frenchie's mustard as a binder, and then we seasoned it with this Dirty Cow from Angus Oink, which produced a really nice bark on it, and it came out lovely. We then put it on the Kamado Joe at about 110 degrees with some cherry wood over the Baltic charcoal, and we smoked it for about an hour and a half, and then we cranked up the heat just a little bit to about 120 degrees, and then we carried on smoking until we hit the stool, which was about 64 degrees. And my God, did that stool go on and on and on. Eventually we got through the stool. It took about 5 hours, I think, and we took it all the way to 95 degrees, and as you saw, it was probing so good on the bench. Literally the thermopen was just falling through. It was really nice. We then rested it into the Yeti for an hour and a half. I did the rest for, and then got it on the bench, sliced it up, and my God, was it melt in your mouth. Tell me below in the comments what you thought about the beef short ribs and how you think they looked. Was it to your specification, or what would you have done differently? And guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join me next time for another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Thank you for watching.